All right, we are back for another roguelike episode. It's been a while, man. I have been stressing out over finding a job and all that. And man, I mean, for days on end, I just been on Indeed, just slamming resumes everywhere. Anyway, finally hooked one. So it'll be at a plastics manufacturer, and I am so happy about that. I'm gonna start off just packaging, the packages, whatever it makes, comes out of the machine, and I just package it in the boxes. So it'll start off just doing that, and later on I'll move up into running the machines and becoming a technician doing that, keeping them going and all that. So that's what I'm looking forward to, just working my way up in that, and because I got what 10, 12 years till I retire, so software is pretty much dead, especially with AI. Um, but you've probably seen my video about discouraging people from going into that. I would keep it as a hobby, but uh, seriously, I would look towards trades. Electrician. I went to HVAC school, but I was already too old. I was already 50, 51 when I went, um, and nobody would hire me at that age because you got to start off running duct work in attics, stuff like that. You're going to be doing that. It's not just working on ACs and heaters. So, it was down in Texas, so I guess you can't really blame them. You know, some old man with back problems or something up in an attic crawling around. But anyway, all worked out. So yeah, start that on Wednesday. This is Easter. Easter, 4/5/26. It's Easter. You know what? You guys didn't come here to hear this stuff. So let's get to work. What do I got to do? I just did a build. Um, let's run it. Remember where we're at. Because it's been what? Like 5 days or something since I touched this. Let's see. Where's work? Work. Where are we at? See. Caverns. Caverns. All right, let's see where we're at. Okay, so we were moving. There's some walls. Boy, there ain't many walls in this thing. Look how open this is. See, this right here is a wall. Did I change the wall algorithm? Look at these monsters there. That's a monster there. Right now it doesn't do anything. You just run over them. Oh, no, you don't. If you press up, that's right. It depends on which way you're coming into something because it's hooked into the arrow keys, the key handling. That's why. So you attack the monster. See the little message down here? So if we go this way, though, we can just run over it because we haven't done anything with it. So my big question is, why is it so open? There's not many walls. Oh, I guess it was just luck, though, huh? Yeah. Oh, D. Now, see, that's the down staircase. But that's what we did. We put the down staircase in there so you can go to the next level. But that's not hooked up yet. So what I want to do is get this first level working where we can attack monster. Ooh, there's food. I gotta get my food. Yay. Man, there's a lot of monsters in here. All kind of monsters. Actually, I should completely finish the level before I add new levels. Because they're all going to work the same, so I might as well just use this one to do that. Well, it looks like we're trapped. Because, see, at some point, too, I want to be able to, check this out. See right here? We got the walls right here. We can't see the space in here because of the walls. I want to make it where you might have a spell or something that would break down the wall and you could actually go in here. So maybe there's treasure. I want to make it where treasure, uh, well, maybe even a monster, I don't know, could actually be inside these closed spaces. So that's another thing. See how far this goes over. No, I guess that's it. No, yep. All right, that's it on that. So that D we went over, that would have took us down to the next level. That's it. Okay, so that's where we're at. Let's press Q to quit. Yay, that works. All right, let's set that aside, this aside. So, let's take a look at our code. What should we add on this? Let's go to player. Oh, you know what? Let's look at our to-do. Oh, make code use caching instead of calling the same function more than once. Yes, definitely need to do that. How important is that? Well, we could work on that. Let's see what else we got. Make monsters move. I don't know if we're ready for that one yet. Because if we look in our entity class, where are you, monster? There's player. Oh, monster's down here. Yeah, monster doesn't have anything going with it. I'm gonna go ahead and make a break. Oh, what do you call those? Can't remember what you call these. Uncle Bob talked about these a while back, a long time ago. Let's do that. Of course, he said in clean code not to do these because you should have one thing per class, which I'm violating clean code by having 3 classes in one file. Or no, I only got 2, don't I? Save. Whatever happened to entity? Didn't I have an entity? I swear I had an entity class. Oh, it's up here. I guess if it doesn't have behavior, I guess that's okay. Okie doke. Alright, let's go back. I think. See, when we move up, we can eat the food. Let's go ahead and put all this code in the other directions too. Oh, I already got that. So you can eat food in any direction. Pick up treasure. Where's our, whoa, where's our treasure at? I don't remember seeing treasure. We're not making treasure. Where's that at? Hold on. We need treasure. Did I ever put that in though? Yeah. So let's pick up treasure. Alright, where would that be at? So the treasure is a $sign. So it should be like an initialize treasure. Or here it is, place treasure in cavern. So that's in world, the world there. All right, where's that at? There should be like an initialize things. Let's go down to the start. World info section monster. Okay, so it looks like I never even did it. Initialize world and info section. Let's see if it's an initialize world. No, that just draws border and world. Let me see. So it puts walls. Yeah, that's all that's doing. I don't think I ever hooked it up. Initialize monsters here. Okay. Do I have a treasure? See, I've forgotten how the treasure works. It's probably the same as monsters. Oh, here we go. Place treasure and okay, treasure, blah, 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 blah. Because remember, we're trying not to um, keep state. We're keeping as little state as possible in these. So, yeah, I got bit by something. My arm. Crazy. Okay. So yeah, we are placing the treasure there. We're only putting it on floor. Looks like it's only placing 3 of those. You know what we could do though? We could place it anywhere. We don't have to look at floor. As long as we could actually place it in a wall too, you know? Ooh, now I'm wondering if it got placed in one of those blank spaces I was talking about, where you would knock down the wall and then see what's in there. It could have been in one. But, well, no, because we never called it. Place treasure in camera. So let's call that. Where's it being done at? Right here. Yeah, we never called it. So it wasn't even hooked up. So let's do that. Wonder if I should just do initialize treasure. I should to keep it consistent. Let's do initialize treasure. Make a new one. Whoops. Okay, I thought I hit caps lock. Let's put that up here. See, we initialize treasure. I don't think that we would need logic like this for the treasure. Um, so right now, I'm just going to call place treasure in cavern. I want this here because we may end up doing some kind of logic or something. You usually shouldn't do this kind of stuff. But instead of just placing treasure, we may want to do I'm sure we're going to do other stuff. Like depending on what level it is and different kinds of treasure. That's really what it is. Cuz right now it's just some gold, but in the future it's going to be like swords, a spear, magical items, stuff like that. So for right now, this is where you would do all that, and then you would actually place it into the cavern. So, but right now we're just going to place it. Yeah. All right. So we'll do that. So let's go ahead and build. Oops, I forgot. I forgot to put it in the header file, didn't I? Remember a world. So world game instance. Where's our initializer here? So I can add that. There. Okay. Okay, look for dollar signs. There's our downstairs, our staircase. Monster. I need food and treasure. No. There is nothing. Dang, that's the whole thing? Well, I think we got screwed on that one. Let's see down here. Well, the last one was pretty sparse on walls, and this one's thick. There's another monster. Good gravy. Come on, treasure, I'm running out of food. Oh, there we go. Food. Yay. Yay. Anything else? Man. Well, this is one big level. Well, more monsters. Yeah, because if you kill a monster, you got to get a drop too. See what it drops. I think I'm gonna run out of food or energy. I can't remember if I only placed one food in a cavern or what. Look at all that black space see in here. So it actually could be in here. Well, no, it can't because it's looking for floor space. So it has to be a dot because it gets the tile at whatever location it randomly picks. I do not see a dollar sign anywhere. See a D. You know what I need to do instead of doing this? We need to put a hotkey in here that just reveals the map. I think we'll do that. That would help a lot. Let's do that. That's a nice little exercise. But yeah, all these places here. Look at all that. There ain't no telling what could be in there. Oh, wait. Here's a doorway right here. Where am I at anyway? Oh. I don't think I have enough food to get over there. Also, I think there was only one food. Whoops. Oh, yeah, I do. Nah, nothing. All right. So let's put a hotkey in to reveal the map. That way we ain't got to spend all that time doing that. All right, so also, while I'm thinking about this, hold on. We better add this in here so I don't forget. There. Where's that at? Where's our loop? Run game while running, handle keys, game cycle, blah blah. All right. Oh man. So keys is what we got, like up, right, down, left, whatever that is. Uh, is it? Where's our quit being handled at? Is right. It must be in the player. Because I think it gets set in the player. So let's go to entity. Where's it at? Get keys, blah, blah, 0. Okay, so up is 0. Here's the attack monster code. I get so distracted by other stuff. All right, where is it where I'm actually moving? I mean, this is the code after I've hit the button. Wait a minute. Let's go back. It's got to be in the loop here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Game cycle. Okay, update. So player ref update. Where's handle keys at? Handle keys. Where are you? Here we go. So Q here. Here's our reset that our restart that we didn't need at the moment. So let's do um, state slide short VK. Oh, I don't need those. I need what should we have this at? M for map or what? R might be restart, but it's not now. Reveal. V for reveal. Show. Let's do S for show. It's got to be something I can remember. Show map. Oh, all right. Show map equals true. All right, so handle keys, blah, blah. So I need one called show map. Where's that at? Show map there. Now there should be some initialization going on here. Section. Let's go in here. Let's go to our constructor. All right, where's my constructor at? I don't even have one. Why is it up there? Screen console number of key 6. We should be setting those. Is there somewhere else? Oh, here it is right here. Initialize miscellaneous. Okay. Good grief. This is what they mean by being able to read your code when you haven't seen it in a little bit. False. Show map. Okay, so now what we want to do on this is in our game loop here. What have we got? Game cycle here. Info first line, blah, blah. Right info to screen, right screen buffer to console. So it's got to be in here. So we won't need fog of war. So let me see where it's actually. Initialize game RAM, blah, blah. Initialize screen. Initialize FOW screen. So this might be it. Let me see. World or fog of war. Right here. Go to the bottom. Okay, we do that. Right here. Okay, this is going location by location. So we always draw the border. Okay, here we go. So this always draws the border. This is what hides everything, see? FOW cover. So this is where we're going to do that. Let's see. So let's do it here. Else if we'll only do this if show map is false. You know what? Because what I want to do is if you hit, I want to be able to, well, no. Let's just show it. I was going to say, we could toggle it, but I don't know if that would be useful because I only need it just for testing. But later on, there would be we don't need it here anyway, because this is initialization of it. We don't need that. We need it separate somewhere else. Okay, so we want everything to run normal, and then we hit a key, and then it does it. Oh, let's see. So inside game cycle, where's that? So we're going to update player. We don't have to do this if show map is true. So if show map is false, then we can do it. Otherwise, don't. I want to make this where it's more, where it's more obvious what I'm doing here. If I'm quickly scanning code or something, I can quickly see this. And since I spent so much time doing C#, I like my braces like that. There we go. So let's do that. Only if it's false. So at this point right now, we should still be good. And then, so let me test this way. So here's what we should have right now. So when we start the map, let's go ahead and build. So when we start the map, it should be normal because show map is false. And then, where am I at? But then, if I hit the S key, it shouldn't do fog of war anymore. It'll quit doing fog of war. It won't show the map yet. We haven't put that code in, but you shouldn't see any more fog of war. Fog of war is these dots that's where we can see it. So I'm going to hit S, and now we shouldn't see any. Look at that. So everything disappears. You can't see the player either. That would be a bug, but this isn't important really. Okay, so that part is working. So it only shows it at that. So, because remember, when we initialize fog of war, it hides everything. It puts an overlay on that, and then our fog of war, draw fog of war radius, actually shows only that in the radius. So, I mean, I could extend that inside the draw fog of war radius, and then I wouldn't need this. We could actually do it in here. That is probably better. Let's do that. So let's get rid of that. I always try to think of better ways, especially if it's a simple fix. Fog of War, so let's go to Fog of War, and it'll be inside draw FOW radius. So right here. See, because we're already copying. Because remember, the screen contains the original map, and then we're hiding it, and we're just showing what's underneath the hidden Fog of War. So, blah, blah. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now see, this here is actually drawing the player too. That should not be in there. That's totally separate concern. So the fog of war radius should not even be in there. Let me see here. If we took that out, let me see this real quick. I want to test this. Whoa, you know what? Let's do one thing at a time. So let's just add it to notes and say, let's do improvements here. It's not a bug. Remove player draw code. Uh, from Fog of War. What would it be? From this, we'll just do this. Copy that. Do right there. All right, where was I at? Oh, right here. And I'll also make a note here. um, this should not be in this class. That's it. I think these are called breakwaters. Put stuff like this in here. Comment boxes too. If I remember right, those were called flower boxes or something. You know, where you put the asterisk all around your comment to make it stand out, kind of like this. That's that. It's not clean, man. As you gain experience, if you're new to the field, you should be exposed to a lot of different theories and clean code, bad code, blah blah. But eventually, you'll. It's like a buffet. You take what you like, leave the rest. So, okay, so we are drawing the player right there, and now that is, I do not need that. I like to be consistent, so that this doesn't need to be capitalized. Make it consistent. I have no idea what the date was, so I don't really know if I need the date. We don't need the date. It's not like I'm going to say, oh, look, it's been there for 6 months. Forget that too. Okay, so there we are casting out at this point. Blah, 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 equals screen. Okay, see here? So on this side, we're grabbing it from screen, right here. This side, we're setting it to the Fog of War screen. Because we're actually showing the Fog of War screen here, and we're just pulling state from the screen buffer. Working with two buffers. So what we want is just to draw the whole dang thing screen, and that's it. So we can skip the whole thing. So this is the first ring. We should have like 3 rings, I think. 3. Oh, we're only doing 2 rings. If you wanted to extend the Fog of War, you would just do more rings out. So I think we can skip this whole thing. And just draw everything. I got a better idea. I don't want to draw it every time once I reveal it. Let's go back here. That's where I originally had that if statement. Let's just do this. Let's do this right here. Let's do a show map. Oh, where's it at right here? Let's just put it here. Right there. So let's add that to here. Now let's go back to my original code. Show map is false. Wow, that's some weird indentation there. Check that out. That's an actual style too. I can't remember the name of it, but I always thought it was odd. Really weird. So we'll go back. Shift tab that bad boy. Like that. So if show map is false, we do that. Once it's true, we'll just do this one time. I'm not going to toggle this, but I think we will use this code at some point. Probably not here, but it may be a spell or something like that. Or maybe you get a glimpse of the whole thing, for like 5 seconds or something. Who knows? But eventually this will be permanent code. So let's go. um, Fog of War. Let's go back to that. We need this screen buffer copy code right here. Except it's looking out. How do I want to do this? Okay, where's the original initialization code? It should be in world, I think. Initialize world. Here it is, right here. So really, we could just do this. We just need to do it one time. Except I don't want to initialize anything. This is all right to do. We don't want. Oh, I see. I see what it's doing. Yeah, and then we fill it solid with walls, and then we do a random walk. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Okay. Yeah, I just need to copy the border, the screen buffer. And I think up there. All right. I need a blast screen buffer onto here, but it needs to be done in because it's the fog of war screen that's being shown. I think what I might do, I think there's a shortcut here. I think we can just write the whole screen buffer on here instead of fog of war buffer. Where's that at? Where's it actually be? Where's it being blasted to the screen at? Oh. Okay, here it is right here. So right screen buffer to console. So right here we're doing fog of war screen. We need this right here. Oh, okay, we're just adding the end here. I was like, wait, what? Okay, so yeah, it's already been copied at this point. And we're just taking the last byte here and making it that. Okay, so we need this. I wonder if the screen buffer has this. I don't think it would. Because I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to reuse this or not. I don't need to do the console title again. All I need is this really. So let's do this. Let's copy this. Copy that. And we're still in game, so we have access to all the variables here. Show maps there. That reveals that. And this will just be screen instead. Where's that at? Oh, you know what? We should have screen. Where's our screen at? Is it up here? Yeah. So we have access to screen too. So let's change that. Where's it at? Right here. Let's change that to screen. Was it lowercase? Yeah. Let's see initialize screen. There should be like an initialize screen. Here it is. I wonder if I can find that real quick. Next. There it is. See if we're setting that end. So we're setting the size of it for terminating string. So we don't have it inside screen because we're not printing that. So we're going to need to put the end of that on there too. Yeah. Okay. +1. So we have screen size here. Yeah. That's the initialization. Okay. And that's being set to screen size, and then screen size is the last character. Okay. All right, let's go. Where's it at? Right here. Let's do this since we're writing it on there. Let's see, screen size equals, whoops, character. Come on. Okay. I've got Butterfingers. What was it? 0? Yeah. Okay. So at this point, we should be able to do that. Do that. Build. And let's see if this works. Cameron's here. No. Oh, I didn't press it yet. Duh. Thinking, wait, what's going on? Okay, S. Ah, shoot. Yeah, it's being called too many times. Forgot about that. Okay, never mind. I forgot. We need to put a flag in there. So we will call this. Map. Because once we've shown it, yeah, okay. Map is shown. Let's go down to initialize miscellaneous. Copy that. Okay, so we'll set that right here. Map is shown equals true. Actually, I don't want that right there. Let's just do it right here. Let's go to show map. And we'll do that. And should do it one time. Okay. Let's build. That. Okay, I don't want to walk around forever, so I hit S. Oh man. Okay, so somewhere in the loop it is something I missed. Where's the show map at here? Oh, this is why. It's calling right screen buffer right here. Got this in the wrong place. We don't need this else. It's being overwritten. So we need that. All right, screen buffer to console. We don't want that. If map is shown as false, let me do this. Could do an else here. This will give us toggleability in the future. Right there. It'll have to work off that show map. There. Really what I should have done is just passed in the buffer I want to show. Note to future self. Just do that. Instead of doing all this complicated crap, I should have just did that. Okay, let's see if it works. But since it was temporary, I thought I was just gonna, throw something quick in there. Ended up taking a lot longer. This is what happens in real coding, and this is how technical debt starts building up, because you want these quick fixes. Oh, I'll take it out later, and so you do this nonsense like I just did, and then later you forget about it. Okay, so let's go through this. Show map is false. We draw a radius. Okay, that's normal. This should be if map is shown as false. Show map, that's gonna show map. Really, we only want to do this if we're doing this. So we can do it like that. But we need to write the info to the screen too. Let's do this. See how complicated it's getting now? Ugh. Alright, let's back out of this crap. When it starts getting hard and all that, and you're doing all these flags, you need to back out of this. So let's back out. Let's go here. I'm just going to pass the buffer around. It's getting too complicated. All right, there. Let's take this out too. Okay, this is our normal code right there. Make sure we got a build. Make sure it runs normal. So we got a good starting place. It does not, so we've already, oh, there it is. I have no idea what happened on that. Why did that take a long time? What are we doing? Oh, there's treasure. You found gold. Oh, I found food too. Yay. All right, let's quit. I'll start that again. All right, that's no more like it. All right, quit. Write screen buffer to console. This is going to be a character pointer, I think. Let's take a look. Screen buffer to console, fog of war, and fog of war screen. These are all character. These are all character pointers, right? Yeah, character pointers. Okay. So we're going to take a character pointer in these here. Buffer. And then we'll change this out to buffer. Okay, where are we calling this from? To console. Okay. Okay, why are we using a world ref to write the screen buffer to the console? Is it because... But the code to do that is here, right? Yeah. That does the fog of war screen. Okay, this just sets up. Oh, this is old code because this is how it works. See, calls back into screen buffer. That's because there's code in here somewhere. Let's see where this is being written. This is something I never took out. I never changed it. What do I need? Control find. Where's this being done at? See, this should have been taken out, but it's obviously being used somewhere in here because it's setting it up. Oh, look, it's not even being used. This isn't even being called. There's no references anywhere to that. Okay. Well, then we don't need it. Let's take this out. Well, there. Let's do this. No, it's being used. That is not good. Oh, because we're actually calling back into that. That's how it gets written there. So from here, when we call back out, where's it at? Right here. That shouldn't be it. This should be should be that. Let's take a look at write info to screen too. Okay, this one actually does. Okay. So let's build again. Okay, let me see. Oh, I forgot. Forgot to send the buffer in. Okay, back in here. Let me change that, right? Okay. Now this is a lot better because we can do it from here. We can make separate calls here. So, what's it? Show map? Not that. Show map is true. We'll do this. And we'll send in screen. Show map is true. We don't need that. Yeah, it's true. Now we want to do it one time, so and map is shown as false. Then we write the screen. Show it one time. There. Whoops. There. And then we'll have else if show map is false. Otherwise, we should just show the fog of war. Fog of war screen there. I think that'll work. So show map is true and map is shown. So right screen map for console. Let's see that. Where's that at? Actually, I need to set that right here. What is this? And that stops that. Okay. Map is true. Otherwise, show map is false. These two are false. Goes here, does fog of war. So we hit S. So it should go down here. Otherwise here. So if this is false, and that's false. So at the very beginning, that'll do like that. And then we hit that. But what if this is true and this becomes true? Then we hit this else. That's what I don't like about all that. So if show map is true, we're just going to do this here. There, and then we'll handle the other case here. If show map is true, we do this. Otherwise, it's false. We go here. Fog of war screen. Now this can only be done if map is shown as false. Otherwise, it's not going to do anything. And whatever was on the screen, because we shouldn't be clearing the screen. That was the problem. We're clearing the screen in there. Or we were, the fog of war thing was going on. So we draw the fog of war radius. And we don't care. We can go ahead and do the fog of war radius. We don't care because we just care about showing it at this point. So show map is false at the beginning. So it comes down here. This is false. So it writes fog of war. So it should be normal at this point. At least until we hit S. It should operate just like it did. Okay. So everything's good here. Blah, blah. Yay. Oh, got a down staircase. Yay. Got a monster. Is everything still being updated? Yeah. Okay. All right, we want to reveal the map. S did not work. Yeah, that did not work. Matter of fact, nothing changed, so you found gold. Okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, no wonder. This never runs. It's false here, show map. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What is going on here? There we do. We never changed this either. 7. There. So keys is 7. 3, 4, and 5 didn't matter. May not even be using that. I don't think that had to do with it anyway. Okay, what am I doing? Let's go to, where was it? Oh, is the S? Where is that? Oh, wait, this has to be there. Oh, it's not even calling it. That's why. Show map. We don't need the show map anymore. But you have to have this. That's probably, well, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to change it. That's right. If we go here to right screen, we're passing the buffer into here, but I forgot to change it. So it's always fog of war. This should be buffer. Buffer there. uh, we don't need this code anymore. Well, it doesn't matter because we'll be overwriting it anyway if it is there. So that can be set in there. It's fine. Buffer there. Let's go back up here because I was messing with something. Where's it at? Show map is true. You know, we could add a toggle here. All right, let's just get to work. Um, so we don't need this anymore. Let's take that out. Take it out of here too. Show map. Okay. So the show map is true. Show the screen. Map is showing true. Okay. But this is going to keep doing it every time. We don't want that. All right, wow, look at this. See how it ran on? See that? You're seeing memory here. That's my my prompt. You know where it searches for what's it called? The path. That's my path right here. So we definitely have a runaway pointer. But that code worked. But we do not want all that crap shown there. So screen, where's it at? Oh, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking they're different sizes screen in Fog of War. So let's go to initialization. Because Fog of War doesn't. Fog of War is 2 lines short. It doesn't handle the status. That's why it's added to there. See, width times screen height plus info lines. Screen already has the info lines built in because that's the whole screen. But Fog of War doesn't have to work with those last 2 lines. So that's why we're adding them here. That's why it showed up down there, I think. This has turned into a bunch of crapola. So see how it does it here? You're actually drawing the FOW radius, and then we're adding the info to the screen because it doesn't cover that. Yeah, these are 2 different sizes. I think I'm gonna have to change this. We need to go back to a different way. So, before we mess it all up. All right, let's take this out. We're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna go back to Fog of War. War screen there. That back to normal. Take that out. Get rid of this. Back up here. Get rid of all this. Let's do this. And that should get us back to normal. Well, I say that, but it did not. Okay. So right here, let's go back up here. Oh, no wonder. It's not supposed to be there. Should be like that. Okay. All right, we are back to normal on that. Good grief, who'd have thought this would be so involving? All right, what is the quickest way of doing this? So we have two screens. Oh, of different sizes. Ugh. But all right, game cycle. Let's not do this. Let's only do this. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Draw FOW radius. Now remember, if we don't do this, it still has the player code in there. See right here? Let's take that out. Let's just do a draw player. As a matter of fact, it should probably be inside update. Let's go here. Yeah, we should probably put it there. Let's see, it would draw it there, and then it would do the keys. That's why. At the end of whatever it does here, it's probably where it needs to be drawn. See, did move. It's doing a did move here, which I don't know what the significance of that is now. Oh, see, here we go. We're updating the player right there. Why were we draw? Oh, it's because Fog of War made it disappear. That's why. That's why we did it, because it's... Let me see Fog of War here. Because it's showing everything there. So when we do this... See, we shouldn't cover the player. um... Always draw the border. Should be always draw the border and player. Player there. So let's put that code in there. So that right here. Copy that. Put it right here. Draw the border. We'll draw the player. Well, that does it every time, though. We don't want to do that. Forget that. Because that's inside here. Let's do player update because it's already there. Let me see what happens when I do that. Where's fog of war? I'm going to take that out. Okay, it's out. So it's already being updated in the player. So let's just do that. See what happens here. I'm sure I put it in there because it's getting overwritten. Yeah. So it's being overwritten there. I am invisible. Well, I mean, that comes in handy if we have, I don't know, like an invisible spell or something. Um, okay. See, this is over that. Oh, it's because it's being covered by that. Yeah, it's covering everything. Let's just do this here. Oh, crap, we don't have player in here, do we? No, we don't have access to it. What about entity? I'm looking for the player. Is it static? Oh, okay, here it is, player. That's what we need. Right here. So this is static, so we can just grab it from here. But we need to add it. Oh, and that's gonna be sucky. Because now we gotta add that. Yeah, people are starting to show up at the spot that I'm in. It's Easter, they need to be at home. So this I don't have access to if I don't. Oh, wait, I got entity right here though. Let's see. Game on world. I think we're gonna have a collision. Oh no, we're not, because it's already in there. Is it static? Yes. So I should be able to do that since it's already static. So if the current location, because it goes through every location on the screen and it applies the cover, but we don't want to do it on the player, which is right here. So we don't want to cover that. So we show the player. And that'll continue to the next one. All right. Should be good. Well, this video turned out to be a lot longer than I thought it would be. Oh, no, we're still not being shown. Did I activate that? Did I turn that code back on? Or it wrote in there? Or is that? No, right here. Well, it shouldn't have to, though. On my draw radius. The player can see his or sight radius. Oh. You know what? I'm thinking the player was never put on the original screen. But this should skip the player. Let me do this real quick. Is that an integer? I think it is. Right there. So much stuff to change here. There. I guess it would optimize it, but well, yeah, because it only does it once, because I'm initializing it at the beginning of the loop, so we can keep it there. See, this is in the initialization of the for loop. So, oh my goodness, I'm about to wrap this one up. Let's go back. So we update the player, okay? When we update player, it draws player to the screen. I know that. So let's go to player. Update player. I don't know why we're using this. Oh, I see. If you haven't done anything. So if we didn't do anything, let me see this real quick. This just makes sure that you could move. If you can, then it does it. See, OPY, else PY minus minus C. That's all that's doing. It is moving you though. And then it does it here. Oh, no wonder. Well, no, it should just do it from here though. but it's not in the fog of war screen though. That's what's going on. See, this is writing it to this actual screen. So that's why. But it should copy it from there. So if we go here, we're getting it right here, px and py. And it does it every cycle. We do the update, but we're only updating the original screen. And then we come into here. So it did the update on the original screen, and then we come here. This only gets done once. And this actually writes the fog of war screen. Now we're going to change that. Twig, you're all in my legs here. Oh, brat. My dog's laying down on the floorboard. All right, so we need to change the name of this to write no, fog of war screen buffer. Where's that at? Screen buffer here. We're going to keep that, but we're also going to do one here. There. And this will just be screen. Okay, we don't need this for this one. Let me see what screen height is. Make sure it's got the full thing there. So screen height is set to 30. Info lens is 2. So info size, info lens time, screen width. Okay, so that would be 2 times that. Okay, 240 characters. So it's actually 32. Screen size, screen width, 120 times screen height, plus info lines. Okay. So that was in case we wanted more info lines here. And that is screen size, so it does include everything there. So that should be good. So on this, where are we at? This is, so it should be the same. It should be the same as this. But that should have worked. But is info lines, is the info section being written to the screen? It should be, because that's the one source of truth for the whole thing. So let's go to, where's that being done at? Where's game cycle? Okay, right info to screen. That should be right here, right? Update info. First line, second line. Info to screen, okay, blah, blah. Okay, it's getting FOW screen. That's why. It should be updating to the actual screen. Let's just do this. Copy that. Well, you know what? We don't have to because, well, okay, let's back up a minute. So what exactly do we want? We just want to reveal a map. We don't care about the little lines down there. So we just want to blast screen size minus info lines times 2 to the screen. Let's back up. Let's make this as simple as possible. So in our little thingy here, our function, oh, right, FOW buffer to console. So We have everything here, but this needs to be screen size minus screen height. See, that's got it built in. Screen size. That was an error anyway. Ideally, we would want to show it and be able to keep moving. Update player position, because everything should be working off that screen buffer. Fog of War buffer is only for display. Screen buffer is for actual keeping the data. That's the actual data structure, the source of truth. So that should be there. So up here, so write info to screen. We do need to do that. World ref, where's that at? Oh. So let's go ahead and do that. Copy that. So we'll go ahead and write this to the FOW screen, but we'll also do it to get screen. Make sure there's a get screen on game instance. Should be public. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do these at the same time. Start position here. Start position. Let's do start position 2 here too. Let's do start position FOW, start position screen. No need to be cryptic. W screen, okay, blah, blah. Those aren't big enough, right? Yeah, I think we've already went and saw that. Or they are big enough. Should also be buffers instead of screen. Let's see if this works first. Full length, I plus plus, start position. Okay, so that should write it to both of them. And then once we have that, this should be right FOW. FOW buffer to console. Let me see here. Yeah. And then right screen buffer to console. So we've got two different ones. See what's happening there. Do too much at one time and you get all messed up. So let's test. Okay, player's still not being drawn. We do refill the map. That's good. See right here though. Backslash should not be there. So it's doing one, apparently one more than it should. But that part works. You can still move around the screen. U8. You know, this might be good enough for our purposes. Let me see, but it does bug me. Let's do that toggle real quick. See if we can toggle between them. Where's our handle keys? Keys here. Right here, show map true. This is a good place for a turn area here. Let's see, show map equals. We don't need that. Show map is true. Then false. Else true. There. So we do that now. See if we can toggle it. That little backslash though is really bugging me now. So I gotta do something about that. Basically, we're just switching between buffers. Just thinking about strategy pattern there for a minute. And we got to get the player back on the screen. That's not good. Now notice when we click on reveal, it does show up, or it did. There it is. Okay. I held it down too long. Oh man, now it's all messed up. Yeah, it's all messed up now. Hold on. Really, it should be 4 would be this. See, instead of using the keys, we're using the Q and S. All right, never mind. Let's just do that. Let's do another one here. This is easier. Forget the dog leg. Let's just do this. um, Make it Z. Toggle it off. Right there. Actually, we didn't need the keys for these. The keys array. We don't need that. At least not now. So there's that. Okay, so we have our staircase here, food here, so there's only one food. There's no treasure in here. So it looks like it's kind of randomized whether there is or not. See if Z works. Yeah. Through here. Reveal. I'm going to cast my spell. Yeah, there we go. Yay. Okay. Oh no, my spell's ending. What do I got? Oh no, I'm invisible. Alright. So, I mean, that works. So, let's fix the player being invisible thingy, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's go to the, where's it at, the player? Player update is here. Oh, okay, so it's only updating screen. So let's update Fog of War here. Let's make sure it's not doing it there. Let's go ahead and keep it. Yeah, okay, it's done there. Let's take this. Fog of War screen. Well, should be the same as that. Well, we may not have Fog of War screen though. Inside here, I doubt we have Fog of War. We do not. I don't want to introduce that, so let's get Twig. What are you doing, Brat? Let's see. What do we got? We got any pointers to anything? Let's see. I know we have a world instance. Where's it at? Initialize player. So we have a game instance. Can we get it from game instance? We actually can. Because game instance has a Fog of War. What have we got in public here? Yeah, we can get all this stuff. I can get fog of war screen right there through game instance. So let's do that. So let's go back right here. So that, oh, we already got it right here. Screen, and then we'll do fog of war. So this should be the same thing here. Right to both buffers. Okay, what's it doing? Oh, shoot. Ah, dang it. What am I doing? Oh, there it goes. So fog of war screen here. All right. So that writes to both buffers. And that should fix it there. So let's go here. Hold on, baby. We're going to go outside. As long as nobody pulls up. All right, so let's there. Yay. So we're doing fog of war. Yay. Where is everything? Boy, that sucker's wide open, isn't it? I cast my spell. Boom. There we go. Oh, wait, look at that. Did you see that? Right there, look at this. I got two treasures next to each other, but toggling it off. Look at that. It's hidden. See that? Wow. Look at that. Two of them right there. But if I don't reveal it, does it actually come together? Oh, yeah, there it is. Cool. I ate food. Cast my spell. Man, we got nothing but wall over there. Look at that. All right, well, I think we got that one going. So now we can quickly test stuff. Press Z again to hide everything. Fog of War is back. Yay. Oh, wait, one more thing. The slash is still there, so I have to get rid of that. Oh, you know what that is? Somewhere in the code, I remember putting a \0 on screen size. Hold on one second. Let's get out of this for a minute. One last thing on there. Where is that? When we write to the buffer. +1. But we never do that, do we? So screen size is all this. +1. So that should be right. Right here. I could have swore there was some other place where I did that. I think Screen size. Screen size, that's the end. Is it supposed to be at that? Or is it supposed to be just 0? Because it's 0 terminated. No, but that is the right character, right? Because it works on here. More screen size. Character screen size. Screen equals new character screen size. Screen size there. They're the same size. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Got this going. That's something we'll have to fix here in a little bit. It's not affecting anything, but it looks weird. Where's it at? I can't remember if we did that or not. Did we do that? Oh, word draw radius. Yes, we did. Okay, that's gone. Radius there. Okay. Let's do this. Got that done. Hotkey to reveal map is done. Delete that. All right. Let's go here. Build one more time. Test. Whoa. Oh, laptop is falling. All right. Fog of War is engaged. This is your normal stuff. Ooh, we found gold. Cast our spell. Oh, look, the slash is gone. This has to do with starting position. That's what that is. See, because everything works now. When I go back, press Z, hiding. Now let's start it again. This is where restart comes into play. It's not hooked up. So let's restart and let's go into it at the very beginning here, see if we get a slash. So S, yes. So it has to do with his starting position when we toggle in. So there we go. Because I have a feeling that it has something to do with writing. It's some start of a buffer or something like that. S, yeah. If I move out of the way. So it has to do with the very first time, it looks like. Let's start again. Let's move. Now toggle. Yeah, it's not there. So there we go. We'll fix that. We'll get it going. Now press Z. Back. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on this one. This was a long one. My goodness. If you like this kind of stuff, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Share the video and the series, and talk about what you're working on. I'd like to know it. Are you making a game? Are you making a roguelike? Making something with an Unreal Engine? Whatever. I will see you on the next. Hey, happy Easter, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.